Everyone is talking about the death of the dollar. They're looking for a crash, a sudden explosion, but they're watching the wrong movie. The dollar isn't dying in a loud bang, it's being suffocated by 1,000 quiet cuts. We are witnessing the most aggressive rewiring of global finance since 1971. We are moving from a unipolar ocean to a world of fragmented lakes. Today, we are going to look under the hood at the plumbing of this shift, from the petrodollar to the dark fleet of crypto, and map out exactly what the world looks like in 2031. But first, you have to understand why this is happening. It wasn't just economics, it was a mistake. When the US weaponized the SWIFT system in 2022, they turned the dollar from a global public utility into a political weapon. And the moment they did that, every major power in the global south started building an exit ramp. Here is how they built it. For 50 years we had the petrodollar. You wanted oil? You needed dollars. Saudi Arabia sold the oil, took the dollars, and bought US debt. It was a perfect circle. That circle is broken. As of late 2025, we are seeing the rise of bilateral trade. India paying for UAE oil in rupees, China paying for Saudi energy in yuan. This doesn't mean the dollar is gone, but it means the automatic demand for US debt is vanishing. The buyer of last resort for US spending is walking away from the table. So, if they aren't using the dollar, what are they using? You've heard of BRICS, but have you heard of mBridge? This is the piece of technology that actually keeps US generals awake at night. SWIFT is like a fax machine. It's slow, expensive, and goes through New York. Project mBridge is the upgrade. It connects the central banks of China, Thailand, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia directly. Digital tokens move instantly. No New York banks, no US oversight, no sanctions. It creates a shadow SWIFT. If you are a sanctioned country in 2026, you don't care about US laws anymore because you have a dedicated rail to move your money that Washington literally cannot see. But here is the plot twist. You'd think this means everyone is dumping the dollar for the yuan or Bitcoin, right? Wrong. The data shows something completely paradoxical is happening in the crypto markets. In the global south, Argentina, Turkey, Nigeria, people don't trust their governments. And they don't want the yuan, they want dollars. Through stablecoins like USDT and USDC, the world is actually re-dollarizing at the street level. Crypto has become the new shadow banking system for the US dollar. So we have this split reality. Sovereigns are buying gold and dumping treasuries, but the people are hoarding digital dollars. And then, there is the neutral reserve, Bitcoin. In a world where you can't trust the US banks and you don't trust Chinese surveillance, Bitcoin has become the only neutral settlement layer. It's digital gold for enemies who need to trade. So if we play this tape forward 5 years, what does your life look like in a fractured financial world? By 2031, we aren't looking at a collapse. We are looking at the great fragmentation. Global trade will be slower. Inflation will be structurally higher because we've broken the efficiency of the global supply chain. We will see 3 distinct financial layers. 1. The clean layer, CBDCs. Total surveillance used for taxes and official government business. 2. The shadow layer, stablecoins, used by businesses to dodge local inflation. 3. The sovereign layer, gold and Bitcoin, held by nations and individuals as apocalypse insurance against the other 2. The era of the easy dollar is over. The exorbitant privilege is fading. In this new world, you cannot rely on a single currency to preserve your wealth. The nations of the world are diversifying, buying gold, building new rails, and hedging their bets. If the central banks are preparing for a new system, the question you need to ask yourself is, why aren't you? If this inspired a deeper thinking, subscribe for more.